Comrade Show with Comrade Lante Oriake, live on Facebook and YouTube. Like us, follow us, and be the first to know. This is the Comrade Show. The Comrade Show with Comrade Lante Oriake, live on Facebook and YouTube. Like us, follow us, and be the first to know. This is the Comrade Show. The Comrade Show with Comrade Lante Oriake, live on Facebook and YouTube. Like us, follow us, and be the first to know. This is the Comrade Show.
Yes, Nigerians and Edo people across the world, a very good evening, good morning, good afternoon to you all. This is the Comrade Show, and my name is Comrade Lamte Ikmomusa Oriaki. Of course, this is the segment we call the Comrade and Friends. As usual, I've got the musketeers of the Comrade Show right in the house. That is the friends of the Comrade. Today, maybe not exactly what we expect. Today, we are going lighter. I want to immediately use this medium to say a very big, beautiful, happy Father's Day to every father in the house. Because today is Father's Day, we are going to be using today to look at father's responsibilities, Father's Day. And of course, there is something new, particularly to adults, adults. And that is the advent of social media, which came in and actually took this world by storm. So since the last 10 years or thereabouts, there's been steady development of the social media space, and today is now part of us. And social media has come with a lot of new things. And some are very positive, some were, depending on where you're looking at it from, are not very positive. And a lot of these, affect the family. And so we're going to be looking at aspects of these in relation to Father's Day celebration. Don't forget, it's a celebration mode, and we're going to be talking about these, in the spirit of celebration. But yesterday, the Comrade and Friends, we took time out to celebrate with a friend of ours, a very notable personality in the Edo State, home front, one who is doing a lot to, promote and project humanity as far as Edo people, are concerned. And he had his birthday yesterday. Of course, we were there. We had a good time. It was one moment that was very special for all of us. We're going to be sharing some thoughts about how the experience was yesterday. But before much ado, let me quickly bring the team on. Please, if you are there, you are joining us, I want to enjoin you to share this broadcast. It's going to be light. Hopefully, at some point, we're going to open the line so people can call in. And of course, let's make, this year's Father's Day a memorable one, at least from the stable of the Comrade Show. Without much ado, let me quickly let you know that for the sake of this program, Comrade Dr. Tony Agbons is right in the house. Comrade Agbons, please.
Yes, so our people, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are watching us in the world. I join my brother, our comrade Lante Ponsariaki, to wish all fathers a very happy Father's Day. We thank God for making it possible for us to see another Father's Day like this. I welcome you all to the show, and it's good to have you all once again. Thank you for joining us.
Well, Agbons is looking really good. Happy Father's Day, my brother. Anyhow, I equally have another father in the house, another musketeer of the Comrade Show. You all know him. The man who nicknamed this program the Sunday Tonic. And of course, it's my pleasure it's my honor to welcome to the house my brother, Comrade Pharmacist Austin Iremiran.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, my brother, Comrade Lamty, and our large in the house. I say, Ranka did this, sir. And to our viewers, God bless you now for always joining us in our Sunday tonic. Like our brother said, it's going to be light. We're just going to be talking more about family. And I want to wish every father out there a very happy Father's Day. Stay tuned, relax, and enjoy the show. Please remember to share.
Thank you so much, my brother. Yes, today we are not doing politics. We are not discussing Buhari. We are not discussing insecurity. We are not discussing, Edo State. We just want to look at the other things that are not mainstream politics, so to speak. Because somehow everything in life is political, but these ones, they are not mainstream politics. Yesterday was a very, auspicious day for the team of the Comrade Show. Of course, I had the Musketeers. I equally had some other members of the Comrade Show, somebody like one of the patrons of the Comrade Show, Dr. Loretta Ogboroko. We attended a birthday celebration. We did share, live, images from that birthday. We were live, and a lot of people did watch that. And of course, it was a moment that was, was very good, to be honest, because some of us will tell you that since COVID began, since lockdown began, we've not really had that environment where we can actually come together and fraternize and be human beings as we used to do. But I'm going to show some images before I bring the team on to talk about and share some, their experiences. Please, I want to enjoin you. Please share the broadcast. Let's get some other people together so we can all share this moment together. Yes, it was High Chief Musa Ahmedu who had his birthday, and of course, this picture you are seeing right now, that's High Chief right in the center. Of course, I equally have my sister Loretta Ogboroko there. Of course, yours sincerely, Comrade Lamte is equally there. Three of us. It was a good moment. This next picture you're seeing, that is Austin. That's Comrade Pharmacist Austin right there, relaxing. Of course, I have another picture here. I mean, these are just some images from that event yesterday. Here it is the Musketeers and of course Chief Musa Ahmedu on this particular photo. You see, everybody's was full of smiles and we're very happy. The Musketeers, this is the next picture you are seeing right now, the three Musketeers of the Comrade and Friends. And that's talking of Tony Agbon's Comrade Lamti Oriaki and of course Pharmacist Austin Iremiran. Still at that very venue. The next image you're going to see right now, this one is the two doctors in the house. One of the is a doctor of letters and the other one is a physician. Dr. Agbons and of course Dr. Loretta having a good time right there. Everybody full of smiles. It was a beautiful occasion. And of course, I equally have High Chief Musa Ahmedu and his wife. At this time they were just cutting the cake. So it was a beautiful moment yesterday, and I just want to zero down quickly to the Friends of the Comrade Show. Yes, great day yesterday. Austin, how did you feel? I know you danced yourself out yesterday.
Thank you so much, Comrade Lamti. First and foremost, let me congratulate High Chief Musa Ahmedu for his birthday yesterday and for hosting everybody and for making us have a good time. I've been a respecter of the law since COVID. The last event I attended was in 2019. So throughout 2020 and up until yesterday, I had not engaged in any form of activity. So you can see from the way I was dancing yesterday, I was trying to get everything out that I've been storing due to COVID. It was indeed very, very good. It was a very pleasant one. And it was a good one because for a very long time, we met ourselves all in one place. And you can see the aura of love, solidarity from all supporters from far and wide. It was really great. It was a form of unity and a show of what family really is. I really enjoyed myself, and I think it was good.
No, it was good. I can tell. Agbons, you came out in one way that I'm sure that you appear too gentle for some of the things you did yesterday. I mean, how was yesterday? For you, how did you feel about the whole arrangement of on the occasion of Amedu's birthday?
Uh, my brother Lamte, thank you very much. I want to join you and Comrade Pharmacist Remire to congratulate High Chief Musa Amedu for the sumptuous birthday celebration yesterday. I don't want to repeat what Austin have said. I haven't attended a ceremony of that nature since 2019 as well. So it was like letting the cat out of the bag or letting the bird out of the cage. So it was a release point for me. And seeing all of you members of this team and other members of the Comrade Board of Trustees, it was really exciting. And I saw a lot of at that program yesterday, Sons of Edo. Some people even came from Nigeria to attend that program yesterday. So it was a good time to let off steam and seeing us, the dancing yesterday, the joy and the happiness. In fact, if you were to mention our happy no meter yesterday, if there was an instrument like that, should have been reading 150% and all that. So it was great, my brother. Really great. And like we all agreed yesterday, it is good to celebrate life. When people are alive, we should celebrate ourselves. It's not when people they pass on, people start writing eulogies and powerful speeches. Let's learn to celebrate life. I know that we live in a society, we live in a time where it is all complain, complain, complain. But at some point, we need to sit down, show some gratitude, count our blessings, because it is good to celebrate. So to be honest, I had a good time yesterday. Very good time.
Absolutely, absolutely. I cannot agree more. Talking about celebrating life. There is somebody, an Edo son, who, as a matter of fact, today is 50 years old. His own celebration has been on for nearly 1 month. There's been different activities here and there. We're going to try to bring him to this program hopefully next week. But this person, we must mention him. I want to say happy birthday, especially to I call him ambassador. He's an ambassador of the Edo people right now because of what he does. I'm talking of Ambassador Lancelot Odowa Imasuen. Imasuen turned 50 years today, and this celebration has been on for for weeks. And of course, I believe he's going to climax today. But he's 50 years old today. Imasuen has made huge contributions towards, film development in Nigeria. He's one of the pioneers of the Nollywood movie industry. In fact, he's one of the most prolific filmmakers in Nigeria. He's carved a niche for himself, and of course, all that he has done and is still doing is definitely rubbing off, on those states as a whole. And so he's been celebrated greatly, greatly. And many of us are happy. He's alive and he's been celebrated like this. And I think that's a good thing. Austin, what do you think?
Thank you so much, my brother Lamte. Like Tony said, and you have alluded to, we have to celebrate ourselves. Just to zero on, there are two people that I like. I enjoyed their movies when I was in Nigeria. I've just also added another upcoming director whose name I will mention shortly. But two names come to mind when I talk about Nollywood and all that. One, Taye Ogidon and Lancelot Oduwari Imasuen from Edo State. Whenever I see them directing movies, even without watching, I know something of quality will come out. And Lancelot has added a value too numerous to mention. He has imparted on people. He has trained people. He's a global icon. we have no other choice but to celebrate this. Above all, is from Edo State, a true son of Benin Kingdom. What else can we say? I just joined millions of Nigerians on the Comrade Show to congratulate him. I also admire another upcoming director who is anchoring this program now. He's done only one film. I liked it, The Pastors. I'm looking for more to come from our own Comrade Lamte Ikpamusa. But kudos to Lancelot Oduwa Imaswe for all he has done and he will continue to do. 50 years in the life of a man is epic, and he has reached that zenith. May God continue to expand him. May he continue to use him to develop our state and to bring prosperity in the issue of moving industry to our great country, Nigeria, Edo State in particular, and the Benin Kingdom specifically. Congratulations to him. Because at this time, our state needs people that will show example. He is a trailblazer and an example to many.
Absolutely. I agree tenaciously. But you know, there is something I noticed. I mean, we're in the month of June, isn't it?
Yeah.
Somehow, I am beginning to find. I mean, what month were you born, Austin?
Well, just to say that, Lamte, I know what you are trying to say. Fortunately, the month I was born is the month where the best people in this world are born. So don't even go there. But I know that.
What month were you born?
We were born in June. I was born in August. We are known for leadership. So all the best world leaders are born in August. But don't go there for now. Let's
don't worry. I'm coming. We are coming. Dr. Agboso, what month were you born?
I'm going to take. We are going to see a real war now. This table that often is shaking today, we are going to shake this table, and all the legs are going to break. Lamte, get ready for war. I was born in the glorious month. My month, let me do an intro now, is the month where celebrations begin. If you get what I mean. Uki Nugie Swen.
You were born in January.
I was born in September. You know what September. I mean? Oh, yeah. So you comrade, you will agree with me that is when the empire must begin, isn't it?
Yeah.
Tony, don't run too much. I come before you. We set the pace.
So you see why this war is going to be.
No. This is really practical. To be very honest, to be honest, I'm not trying to start a war. What I'm trying to say is, I found out that in June, I mean, since this particular June, a lot of notable, personalities have been having their birthday celebrations. No, even to the other, even Trump is June. You understand? So many. I think Obama is June as well. Is it Obama?
No. Obama is August, 5th of August.
August. Okay, good. But
so Nelson Mandela was September.
Yes, let's look at those around us. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, look at Musa Amedu. Okay, look at Lancelot Imaswe, for instance. So many people, and of course, look at myself. Mine is just in 7 days' time. You understand what I'm saying? So when you look at it, June is just very wonderful. People born in June. I mean, it's. I mean, look at Loretta's husband. I mean, it's one of the. Is he not the only brain surgeon we have in Nigeria?
I think it's
no.
He's a top grade neurosurgeon.
It's not the only one we have.
But he's a top neurosurgeon.
Look at Loretta's husband, for instance. A top grade neurosurgeon. He was born in June. I mean, so many. So I think that every father born in June, and I mean, this is Father's Day. Happening in June. It's not coincidental. It's supernaturally designed. I mean, this is without prejudice to those born in January, August, September. Everybody's great, but I think there's something special about June. I think God made something really special about June. We must agree with this. This is what I think.
Yeah. So I want to just quickly join Austin to celebrate my brother. He's a brother because of some historical antecedent behind this. Ambassador Okpeoba Lancelot Oduwa Imasuen, the governor, as we call him in Nollywood. I want to celebrate him. The story of this man who is celebrating his golden years on planet Earth is one of zero to hero. It is one of grit. It is one of courage, tenacity, creativity, and innovation. I am happy, to have known this great Edo State son, Lancelot. He has done a lot. He's an artistic and cultural ambassador for Nigeria, not just even Edo State. This is somebody that has won awards globally, from Nigeria to South Africa to Australia to the Americas, everywhere. He is a top-notch and producing, churning out movies year in, year out, standard not degrading. He's up there. He's a class act. And I always refer to him as a movie czar. And by the grace of God, I've been doing a book on Lancelot, which hopefully should be out next year. I'm doing a book. We celebrate, like Austin said towards the end of his speech, he's a role model, and is the type of people that is redefining our shared humanity and our values in Edo State. And it's been really gladdening for me that he's been greatly celebrated since the month of June began. And to be honest, I think I give it to you guys born in June. You are doing well. You guys are doing well.
when you say you are doing well, the person that quickly comes to my mind is macaroni. Are you normal?
Fantabulous.
Anyhow, honestly, we've got to celebrate Lancelot Oduwa Imasuen. He's a great icon. I celebrate him. Happy birthday to Oduwa Imasuen, and of course, happy birthday to High Chief Musa Amedu. High Chief Musa Amedu has made huge contributions too in his own right to human development. For those who may not know, High Chief Musa Amedu was one time a presidential aspirant in Nigeria. He's very deep into the Edo politics, and of course, he's a progressive. He's a leader of no mean repute, and of course, we celebrate him on the occasion of his birthday. We're there. We were happy. Everybody was there. Was happy, and of course, now in the spirit of Father's Day, this is Father's Day. It's not a birthday for every father, but it's just Father's Day for every father. Now, on this particular episode, there's something we tie to this particular program. This program for today, and that is the issue of social media and fatherhood, social media and family. Now, this is very important. I want us to look at this matter, with my father. I remember those days who were much younger. All when my year no marry, go say make we use better IT look at. Now, there is something that has come with social media. Social media has become in itself life, or a copy of life. You understand? But there are a number of things that tend to attend the social media space. Now, we cannot be judgmental because we may not even know exactly, what is right or what is wrong. Because right and wrong becomes very highly subjective. Because nobody knows how the evolution of social media is going to be, many years from now. Now, one thing I found a bit unsettling is that people tend to bring their family issues to the social media space. You find women coming to social media to talk about their husbands, sometimes in a very negative sense. You find men coming to social media to report their wives, talk about things that happen internally. I don't know, And some of these people are supposed to be fathers, or they are fathers, as it were. The question I want to ask is, is it the right thing, or is this what social media is going to be about? Majorly, is it a place where we just talk about everything and anything? Dr. Agbons, I'd like you to start with that.
Yeah, thank you, my brother. Again, happy Father's Day for all fathers around the world. Um, for me, the social media has come to stay, and it has revolutionized the way we work, the way we think, and the way we do things in today's world. The social media has come with so many merits, so to speak. But however, there's a lot going on in the social media that some of us are not really proud about. Like you alluded to just now, Comrade Oriahi, it beats my imagination hollow to see people bringing their family matters into the open on social media, especially on YouTube and Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all of them. So you begin to wonder, where is our cultural value? We know that as far as the family space is concerned, if things go wrong, there should be other options or the alternatives that a father or a mother can take. But what we find these days is that people just, I want to use the word, they go naked. I mean, the private matters of family, they just put it on social media. And some of them audio, some even video. So you begin to wonder what is going on. And some of these family issues, you begin to wonder if the children begin to see these things, how will they feel? How does it damage their emotional and psychological well-being? So these are even as we celebrate Father's Day today. As fathers, I want to say here, without any equivocation, that we are head of our families. And as family heads with our spouses, supporting us as helpmates, we need to provide adequate governance. We need to provide the enabling environment for our families to thrive. To be honest, there's no father that's going to come out and say, oh, since he's got his spouse, they've not had disagreement. We should learn to disagree to agree. So that is one fact that I want people to understand. Learn to disagree. There is no issue that cannot be resolved. We should have good conflict resolution mechanism in our homes to resolve issues. Because as far as family life is concerned, in Benin, we say, so we cannot spite each other. So going to social media, revealing some of these private issues, and at the end of the day, some of these people, they not even reconcile. But a lot of these things have gone viral. So these things, we really need to put a stop to it. It shouldn't be.
Thank you very much, Dr. Agbon. Let me quickly come to Pharmacist Remira. Pharmacist Remira, look, I don't want to be opinionated about this because we just need to look at it as objectively as possible. Okay, you are in the medical profession, and my own romance with the medical profession, as one who is working in mental health department. Is it right to say that people coming to vent their frustrations, I will call it, well, I hope it would be, on social media, reporting their wives or their husbands, in some occasions their children, and all of that. Would you call it a mental health problem, and probably that is some sort of coping mechanism for them?
Thank you so much, Alamti, for that. Your last statement, because anything that becomes an issue, of course, will lead to some form of problems. So I would agree to that extent that yes, social media has a role to play in mental health. And like you said, one of the proponents of mental health or symptom of mental health is a gap between that person who is sick or who is in deep thought of something, not having the right avenue and place to share or open up. So for some people, the social media has become an avenue for them to open up. But the drawback is the social media has only one disadvantage. It doesn't talk back at you. Unlike when you are talking to human beings or you are talking to somebody, you get a feedback. The feedback you get in social media, if at all exists, is fake, because those comments, people give those comments without having an underground understanding of what the issues are. So to some extent, I will say yes, people that go to social media probably would argue that they've exhausted every avenue to resolve it and they've gone to social media. But that is not really the best. You cannot wash your dirty linen outside. Like Tony said, if you go to social media to express your displeasure and say what you wouldn't say, what happens tomorrow if you are that person? You cannot then go back to social media to take it back. So, in as much as social media is good, we must be careful, especially issues of family. Problems will continue. The mouth and the teeth and the tongue will continue to have problems. But you don't say you want to pluck it out and you don't want to have teeth anymore, or you don't want to have tongue anymore. So we must understand that such things should not be brought to the social media, because there is nobody to talk back to you. People talking back to you are not real because they are not part of the problems. And you cannot solve a problem if you don't understand it. And some people will also argue it's a failure of that fatherly control which we should have at home. Remember, the world is changing and changing fast, and there seems to be some form of equality between a man and a woman. I practice equality in my family, but equality to a certain level. God from creation created man, and that man should be the head. But that doesn't mean you should lord over your wife. And the wife that is also subservient doesn't mean you should lord over you. They come where there's an agreement. What we are seeing now is a failure for both the man and the woman, in some case, to recognize their roles and look for a balance. Yes, social media discussing your issues and seriously becoming a mental issue that we need to nip quickly in the bud.
Thank you very much. Dr. Agbons, I'll tell you one thing. Personally, it's sometimes thinking about it can be a bit nauseating in itself. It can be really, really difficult to understand. Social media is a space for the whole world, you know. But somehow, I don't know if it's because of our relationship with our news feed and the kind of people we have as predominantly in our friends list. But somehow, the way Benin people have dominated the space with things that are not edifying to the Edo culture, it's to very many of us, it's getting out of hand. Our people, you know, with all due respect, many of them are very, you know, shamelessly involved with things that are, to be very honest, despicable. Coming to our own cultural background, things that many of us were growing up, they are not things that you associate with the average Edo person who is raised, you know, from a proper home. People just go out there, do so many things. And this whole thing, they have a way of rubbing off on everybody. And many of them they even use the Edo language to just get their act done, you know, put everybody in some sort of social moral peril, as it were. I don't know. What is your take on this? Is social media, Facebook, YouTube meant for Edo people alone? Because we are really busy right there.
Thank you, my brother, Comrade Lante. I want to situate your question in two different directions. There has been quite a number of disturbing audio and video, issues that people from Edo State have put on social media with regards to their family issues and other things. But there are two categories that, like I said, the first one, they are the commercial one. These are people who they just want to trend. They want to trend their page. So, and of course, you know that in the media, good news is no news. So, what this group of people do, there are real issues, but because they want their page to be popular, they want to have many followers, they forget that they are eating their seed. They are eating our cultural seed. And then they do all this nonsense on social media. And some of them, when you watch some of this video, you even listen to some of the audio, you can hardly play it to the end because they are really, they are nauseating. They are sickening to what they are saying. So most of these, they are private matter. They now make it public just because they want their page, like their YouTube, to have a lot of hits and views and all that. So this is despicable. I agree with you there. Despicable. And these people should desist from it because what they are doing, they are putting the mass of our people, especially those of us from Edo, for other people to begin to look at us as, oh, is this how these people are? So that is on one side. Then secondly, the other side is, I'll point this one to what Austin said. Some of these people really they want to share their experience, they want to share their story. Yes, but they need to know where to put the boundaries. So this one kind of like put people who are not from Edo State, they look at us and say, oh, these people, they make trouble. But the average, to be honest, the average Edo person, man or woman, is not a troublemaker. But because, like you said, we, especially those sons and daughters who are living outside the shores of Edo State, they have access to technology, they have better access to the internet, so they are able to easily put this thing out there, and then people start sharing it, and then it start trending. So these kind of things, they really give us a bad image, and I think that is what we are condemning on this show today.
Thank you very much, my brother. Austin, still on this matter, but there's no way we're not going to talk about this. It's still in the spirit of Father's Day celebration. But let's not forget, I should have actually started this with this. I want to, on behalf of the team and the Comrade Show family, wish the governor of Edo State a very wonderful, happy Father's Day. He's the father of all fathers in Edo State, and of course, let his fatherly role, continue to yield good results for the Edo people. Having said that, let me quickly come to you, Austin Iremiran. Austin, we're still not talking about. I don't want to be judgmental, but predominantly show of shame, I'll call it, by very many of our brothers and our sisters from Edo State and all that. Now, can we say that we've got when we look at the array of mental health, issues, they are numerous, and all of that. Talking of schizophrenia, talking of bipolar disorder, eating disorder, and all sorts of disorders you have associated with mental health. Can we effectively say, based on the kind of charade being put up by many of our Edo people on social media, can we effectively agree that social media is probably a new form of mental health sickness for many people?
Thank you so much, my Brother Lamte, may I just slightly say that I don't think it's only Edo people that are in this social media frenzy. But the only thing is that majority of our friends are from Edo. So most of their activities we see their friends are more towards that. But having said that, a large chunk of Edo people, like two of you have already concluded, are seriously involved in social media and sometimes yet. Naturally, Lamti, anything that you over is a problem. If you eat too much, you overeat, it's a problem. If you talk too much, you overtalk, it's a problem. If you dance too much, it's a problem. So you must do everything with moderation. So yes, it is, because some people now glue themselves to social media even to the detriment of the needs of their children, to the detriment of the needs of their wives, to the detriment of the needs of their husband. So to that extent, social media is and fast becoming a mental issue, especially people who have been caught in this web. Social media is beautiful, Lamte. It is one of the best things that would have happened to all of us in our generation. But we must learn to operate it with moderation. I give an instance. Yesterday, myself and Comrade Tony Agosu were coming down, and the Facebook display of Comrade show for Chief Musa Ahmed, we were talking about it, and I started to play it. I was enjoying the stuff, and I said, Tony, I want to send it to my wife. But like you know, among three of us, I'm the least in terms of IT technology. And I called Tony to help me. I then realized that if I share it, I wanted to share it to my wife on Facebook. But as soon if I share it, she will not be the only one that will see it. Then I asked Tony, no, I don't want to do it. How do I share it to her privately? And Tony showed me. That is my instinct. Remembering if this go viral, how it's going to be. So I think at some point we should always. Somebody just left a comment just now that because it is you know, when you share anything, you are telling everybody that you have taken ownership of that thing. It means it's coming from you. So my advice to everybody is always ask yourself, is it worth sharing? What impression about myself will I be giving? What is the purpose of me sharing this? What am I looking to achieve? And if you can answer those questions perfectly, you will not have a problem. Wife, how does sharing it in Facebook or social media, how will that help to resolve the issue? So if you answer yes, it will help, then it makes sense for you to share it. But if you answer no, which is always the answer, most times over 90%, there's really no point. And again, to Lamte, some people, even though educated, are also illiterate. So I think illiteracy is also part of these problems. And because Facebook is novel, YouTube is novel, for some people the phone is novel, some people just put it not knowing what they've done. But the danger is once it's gone out there, it cannot come back. Look at the issue of this young man. I think his last name is Robinson. I can't call his first name right now. But it's an English cricketer who has put something on Facebook about racism or something whilst he was 16 years old. He is now 24 and he has just been dropped from the national team at a point where he's about to hit record and give a legacy and a name for himself. You see that clear example. That young 16-year-old might have done this innocently, not knowing what he's done. But the social media is not forgiving at all. They've gone back to retrieve it. So I think our people should be guided and be careful. What you cannot take ownership of, don't put it there. What you know, you cannot, the ripple effect will be massive. You must be careful. But anything education, anything enlightenment that will help us, that is great. And one of the beauty of social media It's for us to meet people, old friends and all. Some people are just taking it to another level. My appeal to our viewers today and people that watch it later, let us be careful. Anything we overdo will fast become a disease. Whether mental health, Facebook health, YouTube health, whatever. Let us do things with moderation and let's always think of the repercussion.
Absolutely. I agree with you. Dr. Agbons, look, look, man, we are here. We are fathers, happily married people, and all of that. Do you think? I mean, talking about this is fatherhood now. This is happy. I mean, it's Father's Day, and happy Father's Day to all fathers. Do you think that I'm trying to break away from the other, charade we've been discussing? Do you really think that for those who bring their family problems, their marital problems to Facebook, do you think that they actually get answers from Facebook or YouTube or the social media space?
Yeah, thank you, my brother. The answer I'm going to give to this question is going to be subjective because I've not been able to empirically test it to figures, but from my God-given wisdom, I would say they don't get answers. And I think if you ask any relationship expert, and I think Austin also mentioned it, when a private matter is put out publicly, you have put it in the public domain, it will be corrupted because people, based on what they feel and probably know how related to you by way of friendship or by what they benefit from you, they may not put responses that are objective, So this can actually escalate an already difficult family issue. So for me, I want to support what pharmacist Remiren said. Family issues is not something that people should just go and be shouting on Facebook and Twitter and YouTube. No, but there are exceptions to this where there is danger to life. Sometimes it may be good to cry out, or probably somebody have not got the needed attention from relevant authorities. So it may be good to call for public help, especially with respect to charity and all that. Yeah, that is fine. But in terms of a proper family issues, proper family matter, yeah, worst case scenario, it can be resolved maybe with a counselor, can be resolved with I know many people will disagree with me on this. Maybe worst case scenario, but I haven't done this anyway in my family life. Maybe you can talk to a trusted friend or a trusted family member, but it's a worst case scenario. You shouldn't even get there. As a family, we should be able to resolve our issues internally. So that is the point I will make on your question, my brother.
Yes, I want to thank you for that, really. Austin, I'm going to actually ask you the same question. Dr. Agbons, has tried to give this some subjective response, as it were. But from your own take, looking at it holistically, do you really think that crying out to social media, oh, my wife has done this, or my husband has done this, my husband is this, my husband, but particularly knowing, understanding what relationship is. Marital relationship is not always sweet. It can be bitter 1 minute and can be sweet the very next minute. It can actually be bitter for 2 days, for 4 days, for 5, for 1 week, for 1 month. But it can be sweet for the rest part of your lives. I think the whole thing about marital relationship is to understand that there will always be issues, but the mechanism must be developed to deal with those issues. And what works for family A may not work for family B. You understand? But against the backdrop of the fact that marriage is a matter of agreement, not just agreeing to get married, agreeing to do so many things. Because what you come out to say on social media as a man will it be in tandem with what your wife agrees with, even if na verse with a verse? Will it be what she will like, or will she respond the same way? You understand? If all of these factors are put in place and you just cry out, oh, my wife did this, my wife did that, my wife is bad, my husband is not good, my husband is this, my husband is that, my husband friend is this, and all of that. Do you get answer from it? If you are a man doing that, or if you are a woman doing that?
Yeah. Simply put, my brother Lamte, you don't really get answer from it. We are talking about this now because we are zeroing on family and because today is Father's Day. You can argue that myself, Lamte, and Tony, we are married to Nigeria. So every time we bring Nigeria issues here to discuss, we also have charitable issues here to discuss. We bring other issues, but family issue is different, is specific, and so to that extent, social media will not help you answer it. My very erudite scholar, Dr. Tony Agbonsa, has given us two instances where it may seem permissible, even though it is not the right thing. Like one is in danger and you have no other choice. But that is a long place in the line of settlement. So definitely, social media will not help you settle your problems.
Okay, I want to quickly cut in, bro. If you say it's in danger and there's no other this thing, I mean, the person who's coming out to come and speak on social media, can't we say that person is facing some emotional danger, as it were?
Yeah, that's why I said some form of danger could be the reason why you would do that. But that is even the last one. And it's true, the person too may also be facing some emotional danger. Because the problem, Lamte, is that we are not taking any particular case. So, like they would always say, the lawyers, there is the merit and the demerit of every case. But we are looking at stuff holistically, and we are saying that family issues, the best place to resolve them is not in the social media. Then we then said that only in very difficult and dangerous situation, that we cannot define, but maybe the kind of event that happened will help us to define that. But that may be the only permissible reason. But obviously, you cannot get any settlement on social media, because the social media people will be your friends, and like Tony said, they will be objective. Some will be objective, some will be subjective. Some will want to tell you what you want to hear. Aside of social media, even family issues, it's not also advisable to bring it everywhere, not to talk of social media. Even among parents, there are certain issues you don't carry because you don't know where that person is going to take it to. So by and large, Lamte, it's clear no. You can never, there is no justification so much and no settlement you will get from bringing your issues to the social media.
Interesting. Dr. Agbonso, these matters we've got to talk about them because it's not what we are used to. Agbona said fear in Ayakina. I mean, social media is actually meeting us. We did not meet social media. You understand what I'm saying? And so somehow all of these things are just playing out and we are watching. And the reason why I personally am concerned about it is that probably one of the reasons why, I don't know for how long I'm going to do it though, why I to date, even for my children that are a bit grown up, I still restrict them seriously from the social media space and all that, because somehow you tend to learn from these things you see. You understand what I'm saying? And all of that. But before I go to the next question, let me recognize that we have our sister Patience Rabo writes on Facebook. She said they don't get answers because social media are made up of people with different cultures. That is what you see as your problem may be right to them. I think that's a valid point.
Yes.
Absolutely.
He said because
Yeah.
the problem you brought to social media as a problem to you may actually be, what's it called, the normal way of life to some other person, and so some people may not just give it them. That's from yeah. Thank you very much, Patience Rabot. That's a very beautiful one. I actually have one from Sister Rosemary Except Tokumbo. These two human beings that I'm calling their names right now, these two ladies, these two women, they are very, strong supporters of the Comrade Show. As a matter of fact, they are light angels themselves. But Rosemary says, what do you do in social media? What you do in social media either add value to you or reduce your value as a person. The choice is yours. But mind you, your unborn children will sit down one day and watch. I think this is a valid point. I think this buttress the point you made earlier. Rosemary equally said when I had to say that marriage is an institution and you never stop learning. And the day you start bringing your institute to the judgment of other people, then start failing. And one day be ready because you will be expelled. And those that were clapping for you are the same that will mock you. I think she's got a lot of sense in this. I think by and large, what she's trying to say here is that, like Austin said, the social media space will never forgive. It will always bring back those things you deposit there and all that. And so, for me, I want to hope and believe that we'll find time to talk about this again. But I want to hope and believe that our people on social media will be better guided, and all of that. The other matter I like to raise, Dr. Agbons, and I like to, take a go at this. Why we've got different colors of show of shame, I will call it, on social media, perpetuated by our Edo brothers and our Edo sisters. We equally have, in some other aspects, some people on social media just deliberately use the media, the space, the platform they have, or the space, to try to bring down their colleagues, their friends, their family members, their this, their that. It's just to use it to witch hunt others. It's part of the whole show of shame and there will be huge response to it and all of that. Should that really be, particularly talking about people who are from, we are not many states, we are just one Edo state, one Eastern land, one Owan land, one Benin land. So you look at it, probably the man who is talking right now, his ancestral home is Agbado, and he's trying to bring down somebody from Olia. At the end of the day, somehow, these people are going to meet in that same small environment where we are from. I mean, is that progressive for Edo people? This whole witch hunting. They don't even form camps. This one belongs to this camp, that one belongs to that, that one belongs to that camp. They are fighting, witch hunting, lay all of allegations against themselves, and it's like some sort of, a spontaneous soap opera, entertaining some others and yet bringing down the moral value of our people. I mean, what do you have to say?
Yeah, thank you, Comrade Lamte. In fact, I was even thinking of bringing up this particular issue you have raised now. Some of our people, this is not just those state people, but some of our people, but I think we are really zeroing in on our those state folks today. I would say they've got PhD, which the PhD they got is not the PhD that people get from universities. This one is the PhD they have given to themselves. That is called pull him down syndrome. Pull him down. It's a syndrome. Some people cannot see other people move up. They cannot see other people progress. And these people forget. In Benin, we have a parable, where Aronpa Gafevevo, ogwe agbohia yeye. So
Absolutely.
and this FA that I'm talking about is, I'm not just talking of cash or money, because we all have different um you know different types of wealth. There are some people that have wealth of influence, some people have wealth of connections, some people have wealth of in different talent that God has blessed them with. We've mentioned two those sons and daughters today, High Chief Musa Amedu and Lancelot Oduwa Emaswan. So we know the kind of influence and wealth that God has given to them in their own different endeavor. So, but in this social media thing, some of our people, once they see that somebody is doing well, then they start nagging and they start trying to say all sorts of yama yama around to just pull that person down. And they want to sow the seed of discord, and they tell lies about the person from the pit of hell. So this is a major issue, and it's very common. We don't want to begin to call names now. These people we are talking about, and they know themselves. They do this a lot, and they just generate some kind of rumor. They just look at others and look. Edo where Akugbo Eti Inwanegbe. Oh, David. Translated, unity is strength. It is separation and division that is failure, and that is a fall. So our people need to know this. There is enough for everyone. There is enough for everyone. There is enough. In this world, there is enough for everyone. And we are all interconnected one way or the other. People should know this. You don't need to pull somebody else down for you to climb. You don't need to. You have your own directional assets. You have your own trajectory in life. You don't need to. And like one of our viewers wrote here, in terms of value, I'm just trying to scroll down to it. I think it's Patience Irabo. No, Rosemary said to Kumbo. He said, what you do in social media either add value to you or reduce your value as a person. The truth of the matter is that for some of these people who are pulling other people down, talking nonsense about the good that other people are doing, in the short term, people may be hailing them. Yay. They may be having followers. But, my brother, okay. I can't remember how the Benin make that parable. Yeah, well, okay, so, yeah, they may be running now. They may be winning the 100 meters now. But when it gets to the time of the marathon, that is when shove comes to shove, and then we will call a spade a spade. So what this our sister Rosemary Tukumba have written here is very true. So they are just reducing their value. That is, and they can keep on. But the earlier they put a stop to it, the better for them.
I think the reason why we are raising these issues is because at the end of it, whatever we are just, nobody's really existing alone as an individual. We are just people who are connected to entities. You understand? As an adult person, there is some identity that go with you wherever you go, and that is why the other day. This young man, this UFC champion from Edo State, what's his name?
Kamaru Usman.
Kamaru, my brother. The man has won UFC championship, and I'm going to talk about him later in the week. Edo State, I'm sure, did not sponsor him to that level. He fought his way through, but he's wearing the identity of Nigeria. He's a Nigerian. He came home, he was unknown, seriously, because everything he has done or he's been doing to get to that level is rubbing off on not just Edo State, but on Nigeria. So everything we do, good or bad, okay, Tracy, it's just like the kind of corruption and bad leadership we have today. It has reduced our value as a people all over the world. Not be me they commit the crime that they commit for Nigeria right now. All the killings taking place, all the Buhari's maladministration, all the evil things happening in Nigeria right now. We are not part of it. But we are paying seriously right now because our value is reduced all over the world. I tell you guys a story. A long time ago, there was this, there were these two American guys, you know, they were my friends. So, and they were members of this group called Momo. Okay? So they were always preaching to me to come and join their faith. You understand what I'm saying? And at the time, I was highly politically inclined globally. You understand? It was during the time of Obama. Now, because of what the American government policy was on Libya, you know, on the Sunday this guy came and he was preaching, and I stopped him. I started talking about the crime that I believe American government was committing in Africa. You know, what they were doing in Libya, you know, what they had done in what's it called, Iraq, that led to the, you know, to this whole, I believe led to this whole, you know, terrorist activities right now, and all of that, all those policies. And I was talking about it in a light that was not very pleasant to the American government. Then he told me that he doesn't listen to news, he doesn't watch television, he's very separate from all those things because of his religion, his faith. They are not allowed to watch all these things, all these worldly things. So he was really surprised to hear me updating him on state of things, current affairs, as far as global politics was concerned. After talking for several minutes, do you know the first response of this young man to me? He said, well, he said, I'm very surprised, but I'm glad you've told me this story. He said, first of all, my friend, I'd like to tell you that I am a very proud American. That was his first response. But I want to tell you that I'm a very proud American. Irrespective of what you say, your belief is about the policy of the American government on some of these third world countries and all of that, or emerging countries and all of that. I want to tell you that I'm a proud American. Before he started telling me, you know, they listen to news, you know, they get interested in this matter. Now, I juxtapose that against the backdrop of we will be Nigerian people. Yes. Please, if you can hear me, if you can still see me on Facebook, please, we just had a glitch just the momentary one. If you can still hear me, please, can you just put a comment up, please? Can you hear me, please? If you can hear me, please put a comment up. Okay, thank you very much. Let me hang up for the guys to come here. Okay, lovely. I can see comments of saying yes. Yes. We just had some momentary glitch right now, and I'm expecting the guys to come back on. But the point I was making, for the benefit of those who are listening to me, is that everything we do, you know, on social media, they have a way of rubbing off on us, all of us generally. The reason is simply because we are identified as not just as individuals, but we are identified with where we are from. And for a lot of what we do on social media, whether it is good or it's bad, somehow, you know, I mean, just a few days ago, Mikel Obi was made, you know, some sort of ambassador by the Nigerian government because he has excelled. And I'm very sure that the Nigerian government did not sponsor him to become, you know, a footballer. He fought his way to become a footballer, to become a star. But because he has, you know, excelled, okay, the nation is proud of him and all of that. And I think that for us young people who are coming up too, and those who have platforms on social media, I think that we should use, you know, the platform we've got, you know, for good. This is important because particularly for Edo people, many of us are very concerned about what is becoming of us. You know, the kind of interpretation that people are having about the Edo nation because of some of the things that many of us, you know, are doing and all that. So these are the things, and this is the reason why we raise this issue. And please, I'm just hanging on for the members of the volunteer. I mean the friends of the Comrade Show to log back in. We just had some glitch just now. I'm sure they're going to be back in a jiffy. So, but over and above that, I believe very strongly that Edo people must rise to the occasion. Edo people must understand that there's a bigger goal, more than ourselves, and that a lot of what we do, okay, does not just end, would not just end with us. They go far beyond us and all that. And if there are people who are using the social media very well and they are excelling in what they are doing, what they are doing is right with Edo people, somehow, it's going to rub off, on the states, and somehow they will get some recognition even when they don't expect it and all of that. The same thing everywhere. So, people who do good, okay, it translates to where they are from. So Edo people, in the spirit of this Happy Father's Day, must begin to learn to imbibe these, and of course, embrace these new realities, and get things back on track, as it were. The team is back. So Iramiran, can you hear me, sir?
I can hear you very well.
Okay, very well, sir. We had a glitch just now, and I don't know what happened, but I'm sure it was a network issue. But we are back now. So, Remiran, I just want you to put a final word on this issue of social media madness in the spirit of advising Edo people most especially.
Thank you so much, my brother Lamte. I think the issue we chose today is very, very apt, given the fact that today is Father's Day. We've spoken a lot, but life is a it's a learning process. And like you hinted, social media met us, so we didn't have any prior plan. I want to appeal to our people. Issues of families should remain family. Please, let us not bring them to social media. If we are so concerned, let us try our best to exhaust all avenues available and let the social media be the last, if at all. And like my brother Tony said, social media is not also a point to settle scores and put people down. Let us always think of ourselves and the implication that whatever we are doing is going to have. In the course of our discussion, we talked about social media not being forgivable. Whatever you put in there, remain there. And once it goes out, it cannot be retrieved. For the safety of yourself and the other person, in some case, your partner, your wife, or your husband, let us think twice. Let us desist from social media to settle family issues and to destroy our fellow human beings. Let us apply other mechanisms. At worst, you can privately chat the person instead of coming to social media to bring the person down. For us, Edos, we are good in everything we do. Social media is fast causing a problem. Let us be careful. Let us think of ourselves as one and think of unity, which will continue even before our fight in social media. Let us use it properly. What you will not do to yourself, don't do it to others. And let not social media be the place to do those things.
Thank you very much, Pharmacist Remira. Yes, Comrade Bones. I just want you to put your own final word on this social media matter before we just go briefly to the other matter just now.
Yeah, I think yourself and Comrade Remira have said it all. So the only thing I just want to add, like kind of icing on the cake, is just to remind everybody that there is what they call a digital footprint. So whatever you put out there, it cannot be erased. So let's be careful. And some of these things, they have legal implications. I know of people who have been taken to court and paid huge damages because They say, oh, they later change their mind, but once it is tendered as exhibit in court, there is no way of escape. So let us be very careful what we put on social media, and let us be tolerant and accommodating. There will always be disagreements. And that's why I use the analogy of the tongue and the teeth. Yesterday at the party, I think I cut my tongue a little bit. I was trying to eat that egile that we were served with. When I say egile, I mean snake. So, but I pretended that nothing happened. I continue with the fried snake. I was enjoying it. So there will always be disagreement, but we should learn to disagree to agree, and always see other people's viewpoints. I remember the great words of one of my mentors, my intellectual mentors, the Reverend Father Theophilus Waifu. He used to say that it is only Professor Joy who thinks that what he does not know does not count as knowledge. We are all learning, like you and Austin have said today. We are all learning. Nobody, even like me, even as a father in my house, I learn a lot, even from my children. Like this AirPod I'm using now on this program, I must tell you that my son helped me with the connection. I couldn't connect it. As savvy as I am with IT, he just came and pressed one or two things. Within 1 minute, he was out of this place. He did it, and he's a teenager. So we are all learning. So in the family setup, we can learn from our children. We can learn from our spouses, both mothers and fathers I'm talking to, so that at the end of the day, we'll have peace. So let us, peace is very, very important. And for me, that is a sacrosanct. Let us live at peace with one another, in our community, with our friends, those we know, and always run away from strife. That is what I have to say, my brother.
Well said, Mr. Oteme. You are somebody. You've really, really iced it very well. My own take on this matter is this. First, the issue of family and social media, family matter is off limits. Every other thing say we feel they hear am, but the family matter, my wife do this, my husband do this, man, because you just come out there, say these things, you just forget everything as a man or as a woman. My marriage, you just bring it out there. How about the time when it was good, when it was rosy, when you guys were planning all those good things? How about tomorrow? Suppose something's happen, maybe the family intervene, they want to bring you guys together. You don't go embarrass your wife for public space. You don't go embarrass your husband for public space. What do you not think? How do you not reconcile? How do you do it? That will be a difficult thing. So if we are insisting that social media is off limit for family matters, it is off limit. Because the people you are coming to complain to, they were not there when you guys started your relationship. They were not there when you guys, agreed to get married. They were not there when you guys probably started raising your children and stuff like that. So they shouldn't be there to not decide how you run your relationships. It doesn't make sense. So particularly Edo people, we must try to, and for those who equally probably have a little idea of, you are privileged information about another family, because now the quarrel now, you bring that family to social media. Man, that is diabolic. That is diabolic. I don't know how people are raised, okay? As I sit here, I have a couple of persons that were friends once. We are no longer friends today for something that happened. And there are information about them that they have shared with me. Those information, they are going with me to the grave. There is no justification for me to reveal, because at the time I was agreeing to receive that information from them, I pledged to them that, I agree with them I was going to be secret. There's these two particular fellows I'm talking about right now. They sometimes they stay on the edge of their seats. But man, that is how I'm raised. I mean, you not get what happen. But for some of us on this social media space, you were friends with somebody, you are family friends with a person. Una don't come get quarrel. The next thing, everything you know, and the one thing you know even about the family is what you bring to. Man, it doesn't work. And we are Edo people in our Edo small land. Why we are doing all of this? Because we want a better Edo. A better Edo will not be on the account of one individual. It will be on our collective account. And everybody must play their own roles inside the matter. You get your small roles to play. Me, I get my small one. The other get this small. We put all of them together. We have a better Edo for all of us. So irrespective of the quarrel, when we quarrel, there should be, even when we quarrel, there's a limit to which, we can get to. Beyond there, we know they go. That is what marriage is. You must come to a point in your marriage where you agree. Whether heaven they follow, it is nobody they come up for here. People must love their, love their relationship, their spouses, to get to that level. We say, we quarrel, we settle. Even if it takes time to do, but nobody goes anywhere. Families and brothers, fathers who are married must reach that point in their mentality to say, no matter what happens, for the sake of the love I've shared with this person, probably with the children as well, I will not walk away. Because this is always going to happen. Always. So, this one I'm how candid advice inside the matter. But when you reach that agreement with yourself, say there is no going anywhere. They go. Provided violence not the matter. Okay? Then we can always easily resolve and move on and progress. But importantly, I'm not using to say if violence did your marriage, make you stay inside the marriage, or that will be your discretion. But we advise that there should be no violence in marriage. Austin mentioned something earlier that we grow up from a society where the supremacy of man is not challenged. But today, life don't water many things down. You understand? That supremacy, it did there, but respectably, the woman has a voice. As a matter of fact, I am one of those today who practice the idea that a lot of responsibility should be given to the woman in the house. A PCRO. Or sooner than me, it happened to me. You understand? I'm sharing my own this thing now, say, where they tell me, say, you two they spend money. Okay, what do you want to make I do? You understand what I'm saying now? One of our brothers equally shared the same story yesterday. No, this money today, okay, maybe you just hold the money. If I need, you go to give me. At the end of the day, when in they hold the money, now me can even spend the money pass. Because this one they bring them. So why are we here? What I'm trying to say is that we must find a way to run our homes, so that when we are talking of Father's Day like this, it will be everybody's enjoyment and everybody's celebration. Let me not monopolize the time. Comrades, there's a matter on the table, and we just need a few minutes to talk about this matter. I have been receiving calls. I'm not going to dwell on the other side of the matter, but I'm going to dwell on the side that concerns us inside the matter. Several calls, friends and followers of the Comrade Show have been calling me to say that Chief Nnamdi Kanu drew a map of Biafra and included Delta State, Edo State, and some of these other states that will definitely trace their origin to Edo State itself. As part of his own Biafra, he's fighting to disengage from Nigeria, as it were. So the question I want to ask simple is this: is Edo State a Biafra state? Dr. Agbons, I will start with you.
Yes, it's a categorical no. Capital letter no. We are not. And for those that care to know, I just want to refresh our memory. We, the current Edo State as we stand, was created in 1991 by military fiat in 1991 by General Babangida in 1991. Edo State is 30 years now. Will be 30 years in August. So we were created Is we are the only part of Nigeria that was actually created by democratic referendum in 1963. Gogavo Wegbe, the days of our fathers, when men were men. So that happened. Our father, Kenzua, he led very well, and Edo people came together. And then we had the Midwest region in 1963, created from the former Western region of Nigeria, when Nigeria was just Western region, Eastern region, and Northern region. So we have been on our own. And then when in 1976, General Murtala, late General Ramat Mohammed, Murtala Mohammed created some states in Nigeria. Nigeria used to be 12 states. He now made it 19. Then Benden State was created out of the former Midwest region. So, and today we are Edo, while Delta is there. So we are not Biafra. It can never be. Not on our watch.
Thank you very much, sir. Irreverent. Got the matter. I mean, somebody called me the first day. The person was really, really aggrieved. You know that. As a matter of fact, this is one of the reasons why the Biafra whatever arrangement by Nnamdi Kanu and all of that is not gaining support in Edo State. Okay, it's not getting support at all in Edo State. The Edo people are not happy with it. But let me quickly ask, Irreverent, can we say Edo State is part of Biafra?
Capital, no. In the west of the Budaya, foul. We are not. I don't want to waste our time. Dr. Tony Agbons has given us historical antecedents of how we came to be. Edo is not Biafra. Simple.
Thank you very much. Anyway, apart from this, even the analogy of Agbons, as a matter of fact, it's deeper than that. I want Edo people to understand that Edo State is not part of Biafra. Edo State is not Biafra land. And anybody in Spain, in Spanish they say cada uno es el dueño de su boca. The meaning of that is that everybody is the landlord of his own mouth. People can say whatever they want to say, to pursue their cause and all that. But every Edo person must understand that Edo land is not a Biafra land. Edo land, beyond this political, antecedents of the Midwest state to Bender state to Edo and Delta state, currently and all of that. Our origin, even before the amalgamation of Nigeria, is such that situate us, originally as a people older than any other ethnic group as far as Africa is concerned, apart from very few that are not inhabiting within the Nigerian space. So when we look at the Nigerian space today, as it were, the oldest ethnic group, in the Nigerian space today, they are the Edo people, and that's the truth of the matter. Benin existence can be traced back to as far as 300 years before Christ was born. So, and as we speak, I belong to a group right now that's trying to trace the history of the Edo people, the Benin people, and all of that. We are beginning to find traces even in Egypt, traces, in Israel, traces even Ghana. You understand what I'm saying? And so there are so many people across Africa that we trace their origin to Benin people. You understand? So at the end of the day, when you look at it, apart from the political, arrangement put together by the British people and all of that, the Benin people, the whole of Delta State, okay, the whole of all the ethnic groups in Delta State can almost all of them can trace their origin to Edo State, to Benin. Almost all of them. Even beyond that, to River State, there are ethnic groups in River State that will still trace their origin to Benin, as it were, and all that. So the notion that somebody is carving out a Biafra map and saying that adding Edo to it and adding Delta to it sometimes can be insulting and can even be making the agitation of this group or this individual lose solidity as far as this region is concerned. The people of Delta State can probably tell you, most of them, that they trace their origin to Benin Kingdom and all of that. This is. So this Edo people must understand this. So whatever anybody says, it doesn't really matter. Edo is Edo. Not even the western, region of Nigeria can lay that clay. You understand what I'm saying, and all of that. So we must understand this and be at peace with ourselves. Whatever Nnamdi Kanu says in respect to this, okay, I will say, point blank that Nnamdi Kanu is on his own. Edo State is not part of Biafra, okay? And I've said this on this platform severally. There are part of his agitation that I agree with. There are others I don't agree with. This idea of drawing a map to include Edo State sometimes can be very insulting, and you should understand that those who know him should share this tape, let him get it. So he should desist from that, and all that. Edo is not Biafra. Edo has never been Biafra. Edo will not be Biafra. That should be made known, so that he stops, toying with, with people with the words of his mouth. Many people will not take him the way I take him. You understand? A lot of what he says, I just put them in what I call basura. You understand what I'm saying? There are some others, I believe that, the situation of the Nigerian state is necessitating the agitation. And I agree with it without apology and all of that. But this idea of saying, Dona Biafra, all those things, kind of draw some kind of funny map, no, that definitely is not going with us, Edo people. So the Biafra people must understand that. As people that, what's it called, political arrangement has brought together, we now have some relationship of association and all of that. We will insist and keep on insisting that we should have a national dialogue to set things right in this country, Nigeria. Otherwise, whatever is happening right now, the agitation in the east, in the west, everywhere, definitely they have reasons to exist. They have reasons to exist. You will not only hear that from me, but you will hear that from this clip that I'm going to play to you right now.
The most hated person in the world is the person that speaks the truth. And people will not want to listen to the truth because they do not want their illusion destroyed. Mr. Speaker, dear colleagues, I think enough is enough. We need to address the main issue now. Where are we? The role of government in governance is to protect lives and property of the people and to provide welfare for the people. Mr. Speaker, we have failed woefully in all this. My other colleague there, Sununu, said over 70 people were killed. My dear colleague from Oyo State said over 50 people were killed. Somebody from Imo said their people are being killed. Go to the northeast, north central, northwest, southeast, southwest, south. Our people are being killed. What are we doing in government? It is important we address this, Mr. Speaker. Is it the time when we have fighter jets moving here and there that we will address this issue? Something has to be done, Mr. Speaker.
Now the man says that's the House of Reps says that he agreed they have failed. He agreed that Buhari has failed. I'm just trying not to go into politics right now. He agreed that this government has failed, in a primary duty of protecting lives and property. As we speak, people are dying in their numbers. I'm tired of talking, just like so many others and all that. So all of these happenings, okay, necessitated the agitations of Nnamdi Kanu. Necessitated the agitation of, what's his name, this other man from the western region, from Yoruba land, Sunday Igboho, and many others. Today, Oduduwa Republic is being declared in faraway United States by the Yorubas. People are coming out here. Even mid-Belton Nigerians have come together and said, they are not part of the North. They haven't apologized to Biafra, that they want to work with them to secure, the vision and the mission and all that. All of this is happening because we have a leadership in this country, a leadership that is clandestine in our approach to things, because they have a different mission, like we perceive from the other group of Nigerians. So I think on the basis of that, we can have a discourse. But the idea to say you are pushing for Biafra and you are drawing a map, you want to annex Edo, you want to annex Delta as Biafra, I think it should be stopped forthwith by Nnamdi Kanu. Emphatic. I'm going to have a session to deal with this, to talk about this seriously. It should be stopped forthwith. Our people are no longer taking kindly to it. I don't give a hoot, because Karauno, you know, as a doing the Suboka, everybody getting mad as in this thing, you understand? But it should be stopped forthwith. Wait until they play. Our people don't like it. Should desist from it. If you are calling Yoruba people to join in the struggle of liberating Nigeria, you want to call the Middle Beltans to join in the struggle to liberate Nigeria, the same way you should call Edo people, call the Midwest people. You know what I'm saying now? That we should all join hands to get this done. Don't draw some wishful thinking map. You understand what I'm saying? This is important. Everybody should understand this. Edo is not Biafra. I say it again. Edo is not. Has never been, will never be Biafra. So that'll be my take on that. My people, Edo people from across the world and Nigerians, I want to say thank you for joining us on this broadcast. We didn't want to go into politics, but some of this matter, not get how we're not going to finish, just avoid and finish. But hopefully next segment we'll return back to politics if need be. Having said that, I'd like to quickly bring on board the team of the Comrade and Friends to just, of course, give us the final goodbye for today. I will start with Comrade Pharmacist Austin Remira. The final goodbye for the segment.
It's been a very good one today. Thank you. Thanks to you and also to Dr. Tony Agbons and to our wonderful viewers. Thanks for those who shared, those who made contributions. We are indeed very grateful. On the final note, I just want to say happy Father's Day to all fathers out there. May God bless you, bless your family until we see you again next Sunday.
Thank you so much, Orema. I equally have in the house my brother from Comrade Dr. Tony Agbons. Just a final goodbye for this segment until we come again next week.
Yes, our people, I just want to join my brother, Pharmacist Austin Remira. So thank you all so much for staying with us right from the beginning up to this point that we are drawing the curtains on today's program. Thank you, Comrade Lamte Oriahi, for your great deposition and anchorage of today's program. Our people, thank you so much. Our fathers, I wish all of you a very, very great celebration as we wrap up today. We hope to see you all again next week, Sunday, for what Pharmacist Remire always call our Sunday tonic. God bless you all.
Thank you so much, my brother. So our people will come to the happen of the event. We're going to definitely lay the matter to rest as it is for today. But I want to thank everybody who's been part of this program. Rosemary, except Tokumbo, you've participated so much. I thank you very much for being part of this program. Patience Irabo, God bless you, my sister. Jomo Ibi, I see you. Pedro Clifford, I equally see you. Thank you. You've made contributions a lot. Of course, I equally have a number of persons on YouTube. Some of them are, what's it called? Well, it's okay. Let me leave their comments. But I just want to thank all of them. Joy Osas, Imade, Joshua, Nene, Anthony Ajibola, Olori Collins, Vincent A.G. Thank you so very much, all you guys. We may not have agreed on the same subject matter, but that is the way it is. Yes, but we can't disagree, but try not to be disagreeable. That's the way it is. So on that note, I want to say thank you guys for being part of it. It's been the Comrade and Friends, the Sunday Tonic, as nicknamed by my brother Austin Remira. And on that note, I want to say a very happy Father's Day to all fathers in the house. But most especially, I want to wish the governor of Edo State, Governor Baseki, a happy Father's Day. And of course, coincidentally, happy birthday to Lancelot Odowa Imaswe and High Chief Musa Amedu. On that note, I want to say bye for now. We'll see you again next Sunday, same time on this dial. Bye.
Make Comrade Show wait. Comrade Lante Oriente. Live on Facebook and YouTube. Like us, follow us, and be the first to know. This is the Comrade Show. Make Comrade Show wait. Comrade Lante Oriente. Live on Facebook and YouTube. Like us,